I've got to ask, is there anybody in this lobby currently right now? Who's responsible for the banging on the skylight? I am very aware that that's not all weather-related banging on the skylight, especially when you have several bangings at once. Who's here with me? Is no one going to talk to me? If you're kind of wondering also, I'm also kind of moving about in my chair, but I'm also, the reason I'm doing this little conversation is because randomly been having a lot of banging. I was making a video about something, and there was actually 3 bangs on the skylight. I know for a fact that was 3 bangs because it didn't sound like normal banging from a skylight in the first place on that matter. Also, at the same given point, it made me think there was somebody at the door instead of somebody banging on the skylight. But apparently it looks like nobody wants to talk, which I'm very, very perplexed with. Because sure have a lot of activity on the skylight, but no communication. Of course, I know probably like a common thing to do. Well, you can always provoke them and get them pissed off. No, thank you. I'd rather not. I'd rather them actually speak to me properly, because I do have a communication device here open for communication. So if they like to talk, they can talk through the device. I know it should work. It's always listening. I also want to make sure this thing's actually more legit, not just a little favorite toy to play with. Also, if you do hear any more actual banging, I was opening and closing a drawer. I'm making that kind of notion. Also, I'm going to make the notion I am also going ahead and doodling on a piece of paper. So if you hear doodling, that is why. There's some strange things. Other than that, I'm still going to try to communicate and see if we can get anything out, because it's kind of strange that I get banging and now we got no communication. Dang it, that was me crashing into the desk. Sorry about that. Alrighty, so who is banging? Come on. I know you can communicate. This ain't
in danger.
Oh shit! Okay, I was not expecting that at all. Why am I in danger? Can you care to explain that? Of course, that was one of those things where I wasn't exactly paying attention, so that actually threw me off. I wasn't expecting that at all. But why am I in danger? Can you explain that to me? Or is it not me that's in danger? Is it somebody else in danger? Are you in danger? I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but still not getting enough response. I don't like having dead silence for too long either. Who are you? That's signed. Seems like I'm getting more active with my own noises instead of random noises. But yeah, I know it was kind of unethical for a reaction. Hearing the thing saying in danger and me screaming out a curse word, but hey, I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. Let's see here. If you're still hearing scribbling noises, maybe it's still me. If there's any other noises that I haven't admitted to, then it's not me. Let's see. Because I'm also, like I still said, I'm still trying to work on some paperwork for my work, but I'm also kind of curious of what's with all the banging, because constantly have banging. I also realized one of those things is once I no longer working at this place, it's going to be very creepy for the new security people showing up, because they're not going to be prepared for that at all. Because it's going to be really confusing to them, unless they do just write it off as pretty much, like I said, as the skylight. I mean, it's possible. Normally I would just do that myself, but sometimes
44.
That still doesn't give me very much context. At all. Would it be weird if they're answering questions that I asked a long time ago and they're just now getting to them? Of course, that would be the most bizarre thing ever, too. It's like, why are you now replying? I asked that a long time ago. That's why it's kind of like one of those things. This is kind of questionable if it actually is legit or not. Because that doesn't add up. Yeah, that seems good enough. Okay, I think that's good enough on paperwork. 44, that doesn't really mean much to, well, I mean, it could sound like for a person's age, but it doesn't seem like it would add up otherwise. 44. It's always weird with the bangs, though. And the other thing is, it's kind of very confusing, is always sometimes having where the hallway lights upstairs always turn on, and there's, well, nobody up there that I can see. Oh, and you're probably also wondering, too, if you've been keeping up with this entire time, why I don't have this on recording anything around me is because of the fact that I'm in a sensitive area for videoing stuff, so I'm just recording by sound. That way it's a little bit more safer and whatnot, if you're kind of curious about that. Alright, so far I've just made creaks in the chair, I have bumped into the desk, scribbled on a piece of paper, clicked a pen. The other random bangs are skylights. The voices from the device, I should say, is the only thing that's kind of relative, but not really relative, because I mean, like I said, still out of context. It leaves me with more questions than answers. But, yeah. And as usual, we always don't get very much answers, which is kind of frustrating. I'm going to try something. Alright, so I'm going to be doing this as well, because I wanted to see if this actually works. I've heard this has actually had some good more reports, especially since the fact that this thing costs $10 in the App Store in the first place, so why not try out this app as well again. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start this up. It might have some random noises in the first place. We're trying to weed out actual words, not just random whispers and strange noises in the first place. But, yes. Whoa! Not for me. I'm turning this down just a hair. Alright, so I have a different kind of voice box. Can you speak to me? At least make some sense. No. Sounds like something I heard of saying no, but I'm not 100% sure. Did you speak to me earlier about being in danger? Who said I was in danger? Kinda making some sense, but I'm not 100% sure. Always the strange thing is that with this, is that when everybody else uses this, it doesn't get that much noise to it. But yet every time I use it, it's constantly noisy. Unless I'm doing it wrong. Because that's the other thing is, well, I'm adding white noise to it so I can see if it gets more noise, more responsible and legit. Because I know some people probably use the white noise, some people actually use kind of like the random voices thing to actually get some communication. Is this making noise every time I'm making noise? Kinda. Who is here with me in this lobby? I'm gonna restart that the other sound thingy, see if we can get it, if it's actually legit. Who is banging on the skylight?
Come.
Always kind of difficult to know if it's legit or not. Sometimes I feel like I have better luck with the actual spirit box that I own, not these apps. I wonder, that's a good question. Is everybody actually using both the white noise and the top thing?
All leader.
And again, there's somebody banging on the skylight, possibly. Probably just the weather. One of the two. Oh. Wait. See, now that it seems like random noises. Actually, come to think about it, I just stopped the random noises of the possible radio thing, and it actually sounded like it had kind of a male voice to it. I don't know if you caught that or not, but once I hit stop, it still had the male voice. I'm not sure if it was just because it was the echo or the reverb, or what was the cause of that. Yeah, exactly what I thought it was. Adding echo to it actually just kind of gives you a yikes. A little surprising on that one. So the echo, it just kind of gives you an echo of what was already played. So I can't call that legit. I don't know, to be honest. One of those things of not being able to do a rule recordings of things I want to do and stuff like that, it's kind of slightly kind of disappointing me on things. Still don't know if this app is legit. I still don't know if the GhostTube is legit. It just leaves me with a lot of questions on it and all that stuff. Too much context of things, I should say, and a lot of confusion, pretty much. I guess I'll go ahead and end this for now. If you made it this far, thanks for listening, and if you like to, you can subscribe. I'm not betting on a lot of people going to subscribe. I don't get a lot of subscribers anyway. All right, thank you for listening.